My name is pronounced Sewa Kroetkov. I was born in Russia, back when it was the Soviet Union, but when I was 1, my parents fled the country, and that's when we ended up in Holland, and that's where I grew up. So yeah, I started skating when I was 10 years old. At that time I was still playing basketball, and I would go to practice about once a week, which at the time I thought wasn't enough because I really had a lot of love for basketball. So I was like, at the time I wish we could have played more. I used to always pass by a little skate park in my town, and at some point there were skateboarders. I mean, usually this place was empty, but I remember at some point there were a bunch of skateboarders, and I used to thought it just looked really cool. And I remember I had like little roller skates, and I would just put those on to go to the park to have a reason to be there, but then just sit on the bench and watch the people skate. And from there on, I just really wanted to have a skateboard. Another thing was also some of my friends started playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, so that definitely increased my will to want a skateboard. But a friend of mine ordered the Flip Sorry video on VHS, and yeah, we used to watch it quite sometimes, and from there on Bastian Salabensi became my favorite skater. I think because at the time he was really young and just so good. I mean, he's still really good, but there was just something about his energy, the way he skated and the way he skates, that I really looked up to him, and I still do actually. At some point I received a phone call from the European team manager from Dwindle, and he had heard about me from the Dutch distribution, and he was interested in sending me boards, and I was interested in getting boards from line 2. So from there on I started getting product, and I started updating him on things I was doing. It was just a weekend skating, like any random clips, anything I would get, I would just forward it to him, just to show him that, you know, I'm doing my thing, I'm skating.
I see the eye, my nigga, yours is my drama. Standing in front of the judge with no honor. My raps ignite the people like Obama. The karma of the streets is needs and takes. Sometimes we find peace in...
About 2 years later, that's when I went to the US for the very first time, and I got some contact info from a few people at Dwindle. And from there on, I met some more people at Dwindle, started getting product here, but I was still on the European Flow program. Went back to Holland, saved up money again to come to the States, and that's when I met Bill Weiss and Cameron Romar and a few other people from the team. And I would say from there on is when I turned M, after we filmed for the This Is Not a Test video. So yeah, I moved to the States when I was 23, and I mean, I'd been coming to the States already back and forth over the last few years prior to that, and when I'm back in, let's say, Holland for a bit over 2 weeks, I already feel like I want to go back to LA, and mainly it's because of the weather out there, and I just feel like the way skateboarding lives out here is just way different. Some people might say some people might say that they don't like it as much because they feel like it's too serious for them. Some people actually like that, which is people like me, because I feel like I just progress so much more over here, and I'm having fun while I'm doing that. Yeah, after I won the Battle At The Berrics 8, I do feel like I got more recognition after that, because I mean, your name is all over the web, so I feel like kids who weren't interested before would still look you up regardless of what they think of your skating, and they'll come by some of your parts and whatsoever. But other than that, I feel like it hasn't been too much of a career change or anything like that.